Anyone from the late 90s to the early 2000s would definitely say that music back then was superior. That era not only brought us great music, but also a revolutionary fashion scene, with girls bands at the forefront of it all. So keep watching if you want to go through our top 10 girl bands from that iconic era. To start this off, we have 3LW. Even if you haven't heard of Naturi Naughton, Adrienne Bailon, or Keely Williams, you've probably heard their music. No More Baby, I'ma Do Right, their biggest song, has been streamed over 34 million times on YouTube and continues to live on our playlist to this day. They basically made some incredible bops, and not to mention, were absolutely killing the coordinating fashion game. Every great girl band's gone through at least one lineup change, and 3LW was no exception. Naturi quit the group in 2002 amid rumors of a feud with bandmate Keely. She did later admit that she was forced out. She was then replaced by Jessica Benson, but the group failed to replicate its previous glory. Adrienne and Keely later appeared in the Cheetah Girls films, and the 3LW officially disbanded in 2007. They'll be remembered for their once thriving career and mega popularity, which fizzled out too soon due to internal conflict and controversy. Next up, we have the revolutionary Black. Black has produced and released memorable singles that have helped them become household names since their debut. Beyond the US, their followers referred to them as Black Ivory. One thing not many people might know is Black actually stands for believing in life and achieving a quest for unity in everything. Black was a popular American girl trio that existed from 1999 until 2004. Natina Reed, Shamari Fears, and Brandy Williams founded the group, which signed with TLC's Lisa Left Eye Lopez production firm. Their debut album sold over 1 million copies and was certified platinum, and their single 808 also achieved gold status. During the height of their popularity, they starred in and brought it on as members of the Clover's cheer team, opened for NSYNC, charted on the Billboard Hot 100, and collaborated with JC Chasez from NSYNC. Following the release of their debut album, the band had numerous challenges and changes, resulting in a few failed comeback efforts. Natina Reed tragically died in a car accident in Atlanta, Georgia in 2012. Nonetheless, their memory lives on through catchy tunes and cheerful ballads like Rainbow Drive. And despite the fact that their time in the spotlight was brief, it was memorable. Let's not forget Atomic Kitten. Atomic Kitten, a glam girl band, was formed in 1998. They have performed together on and off over the years since their inception and have had several smash hits. However, it wasn't until 1999 that their iconic debut single, Right Now, charted in the UK top 10. They split in 2004 but returned to the stage for a reunion in 2014, followed by another in 2017 and another in 2021. Liz McClarnett, Carrie Katona, and Heidi Range were among the original members of the group. Range's tenure as a kitten was brief, with the suspicion that she left due to artistic disagreements before the group even got a recording contract. Her departure was the first indication that the group's lineup was changing, and it would not be the last. Natasha Hamilton took Range's place, and that's when girls released Right Now. Their first album, appropriately also titled Right Now, eventually reached the top of the charts. The Kittens had certainly made a good start, but they rose even higher on the wings of their 2001 single Whole Again, which became their first UK chart topper. The song holds the distinction of being one of the best-selling girl group releases in UK chart history. Soon after, Eternal Flame became their second #1. Up next, let's look at Eternal. Eternal was a London-based 1990s R&B girl group that rose to fame in 1993 and went on to become one of the UK's most popular girl groups of all time, with domestic and international success. The group included church-going sisters Esther and Vernie Bennett, as well as schoolmates Kelly Bryan and Louise Nerding. They were the first girl group in UK chart history to record a million-selling album. Always and and Forever in 1994 and were named Best Group at the Smash Hits Poll Winners Party in 1993. After the success of this album, Louise quit to pursue a solo career, and the band continued as a three-piece. Kelly Bryan left the group in 1998 to pursue a brief solo career, leaving only the Bennett sisters working under the Eternal brand. They recorded one more song as a pair, 1999's What You Gonna Do, which was only somewhat popular, as well as a critically acclaimed but ultimately unsuccessful self-titled fourth album. In 2000, EMI dropped them. Despite a top 20 hit with Stay, Eternal never broke into the US market, but they've sold over 9 million units worldwide. Following up with Sugar Babes. Never before in pop history has a high-profile girl group had as many lineup changes as the Sugar Babes, originally comprised of Keisha Buchanan, Mucha Buena, and Siobhan Donaghy. They had 4 different incarnations throughout the course of their 13-year career, achieving 5 top 10 albums and 18 top 10 singles, including 6 number 1s. However, by 2011, they'd regenerated far too many times and had lost all of their original members. Coming up is a band you can never forget, Bewitched. They were one of the best Irish girl bands of the 1990s and early 2000s. If you haven't heard of these denim-loving girls, you should probably reconsider your musical taste. Sinead O'Carroll, Lindsay Armel, and twin sisters Kiwi and Edel Lynch made up the ensemble of Bewitched. Between 1997 and 2002, they had tremendous success in both Europe and North America, releasing 2 albums and 8 singles, all of which charted in the UK Top 20. C'est la vie, Roller Coaster, To You I Belong, and Blame It on the Weatherman, their first 4 singles, all achieving number 1 in the UK charts. The band reformed in 2012 and toured Ireland and the United Kingdom in 2013. Bewitched was announced as the first act to perform on Electric Picnic's Electric Ireland Throwback Stage in 2018, but now they've all gone on to do their own thing. Let's not forget about In Vogue. Terry Ellis, Dawn Robinson, Cindy Herron, and Maxine Jones were the initial members of In Vogue. Each one was as talented as the next. The idea was that these artists had distinctively strong voices that could alternately take the lead and still be part of an ensemble. In Vogue was formed in 1989 after each member responded to a newspaper ad looking for vocalists, and their first album, Born to Sing, was certified platinum. It featured tracks such as Hold On, which peaked at number 1 on Billboard's Hot 100 R&B chart. However, it wasn't until their second album, Funky Divas, that the group truly established their video voice. Funky Divas brought us sassy dance moves to songs like My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It. In Vogue continued to release albums. Members left and came back. In 2018, the original 4 members went on tour, released another album, and were featured on Chance the Rapper's album, The Big Day. Even though they are not as well known as they were in the 1990s, In Vogue is the female group to admire, following up with the unforgettable Destiny's Child. Nobody survived the 1990s and 2000s without hearing about these gals. Popular artists such as Beyonce Knowles, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams were among the star members. They began their musical journey as A Girl's Time in Texas in 1990. The Writings on the Wall was one of their best-selling albums. This album featured chart-topping hits such as Bills, 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 and Say My Name. Despite the critical and economic success, the group was plagued by internal strife and legal wrangling, as Latavia Roberson and LaToya Luckett attempted to separate from the group's manager, Matthew Knowles. Williams and Farrah Franklin quickly replaced them, but Franklin left the group in 2000, leaving them as a trio. Survivor, their third album, included the worldwide hits Independent Women, Survivor, and Bootylicious, which the public interpreted as a channel to the group's experience. Destiny's Child announced a hiatus in 2002, allowing its members to pursue individual success. They reformed for 2004's Destiny Fulfilled, but announced a year later on their world tour that the band would split and its members would pursue solo careers. Now for TLC. This trio was a hit among girl bands in the 1990s and 2000s. TLC is an American female female group created in 1991 by Tia T-Boz Watkins, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Rosenda Chili Thomas. They stirred up the mainstream music world with songs that both criticized drug use and preached safe. Yet they went on to sell over 65 million records and win 5 Grammy Awards. They have 9 top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, and Creep, Waterfalls, No Scrubs, and Unpretty were their 4 most successful singles. The Recording Industry Association of America certified their multi-platinum album Crazy Sexy Cool with the Diamond certification. They became known as the best-selling American female group, selling over 85 million records worldwide, and were acknowledged for their extraordinary contribution to music at the 17th MOBO Awards, 20 years after their debut. Unfortunately, their group member Lopez died in 2002, and instead of replacing her, they decided to work as a pair, and in 2017, they released their 5th self-titled album, TLC. Finally, at the top spot, we have Spice Girls. Wannabe, which was released on July 8th, 1996, lasted 7 weeks at #1 in the UK and 4 weeks at #1 in the US. It turned 5 unknown girls, Victoria Caroline Adams, Melanie Janine Brown, Emma Lee Bunton, Melanie Jane Chisholm, and Geraldine Estelle Halliwell, into global superstars in the process. Wannabe was followed by a succession of #1 songs by the girls, including Say You'll Be There, To Become One, and Spice Up Your Life. The Spice Girls were praised not only for their pioneering vocals, but also as a popular symbol of female empowerment. Their debut album, Spice, was a tremendous hit, earning them a whopping 31 million. Spice was also named the best-selling album by a girl group of all time. During their peak, they saw royalty, were photographed with Nelson Mandela, who referred to the girls as my heroes, and performed with operatic heavyweight Pavarotti. The band did go on an indefinite hiatus in 2000, but it was far from the last time we saw them together. With that, that's a wrap for this video. Let us know which girl band you have on your favorite playlist to this day. Make sure to also give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.